Hello all, welcome to your schemes. I'm Ilakya. I hope you're all doing well. Today we are going to see all about Quant Small Cap Fund. On our previous video, Top 10 Small Cap Funds, many of you asked about Quant Small Cap Fund. I was already planning to make a detailed video on it, but it was a little delayed. So on demand, we are here with detailed video on Quant Small Cap Fund. Without further ado, let's start the video. We will first see some key information about the scheme, then we will see the returns, performance ratio, top holdings. Lastly, we will see how much you will get if you invest a lump sum of rupees 1 lakh and SIP of 10,000 for a tenure of 3 years. This video is for information purpose only. Mutual funds are subject to market risk. The return shown in this list doesn't guarantee future returns. Please consult your financial advisor before investing. Let's start with key information. This fund has been in existence for 10 years 9 months. It was launched on 2013. Quant has rupees 9089 crores worth of asset under management. It is a medium sized fund in its category. It is benchmarked against Nifty Small Cap 250 TRI. The current NAV of the scheme is rupees 196.71. Expense ratio is 0.77. Exit load 1% for 0 to 12 months. Minimum SIP investment amount is rupees 1000. Minimum lump sum investment amount is rupees 5000. Let's now see the fund managers. Fund managers are Sanjeev Sharma. He has an experience of 17 years. He specializes in identifying crucial inflection points in securities. Other fund managers are Vasav Segal, Ankit Pandey. Let's now see the return performances. Let's first see the returns for lump sum. For 1 year, it has given a return of 37.09%, 3-year return of 47.02%, 5-year return is 31.09%, and return since launch for lump sum is 17.69%. Now let's look at the returns for SIP investments. For 1 year, the return is 47.39%. 3 years, the return is 35.14%. 5 years, 42.68%. And return since launch for this fund is 23.07%. These were trailing returns, point-to-point returns. Now let's see the rolling returns. It shows how consistent the scheme is and how much return you can expect. For example, let's say the trailing return for 3 years is 47.02%. But can you expect 47.20% in next 3 years? For this, we go ahead and see rolling returns. This shows how much you can expect for any of the 3 years. Monthly SIP investment made in any 3 years for year 2020, 2021, 2022, or whether it be 23, 24, 25, any 3 years, the return that you may expect is 9.4%. And for lump sum, for investment between any 3 years, you can expect a return of 9.3%. If you invest for any 5 years, you can expect a return of 14.3%. And for lump sum, if you invest in any 5 year, you can expect a return of 8.6. Even if you don't get a return of 47.02% in next 3 years, you can expect a return of 9.4, at least 9.4 for your investment for any 3 years in this Quant Small Cap Fund. Do you know Nippon India Small Cap Fund is also one of the top performers? We have already made an analysis on that as well. You can watch this video after completing this. I will be providing the link in the description box below. Do check that out. Let's now see the performance ratios. Standard deviation, it means how much the returns deviated from its average. In other words, we can say that it shows the riskiness of a fund. Higher the standard deviation indicates greater volatility. For this scheme, the standard deviation is 19.1. The alpha for this scheme is 10.86. Alpha is excess returns compared to the market benchmark. Higher the alpha, the better. The alpha for this is pretty good. Now let's move on to beta. Beta is the volatility of scheme relative to its market benchmark. Beta of the scheme more than 1, then the scheme is more volatile. The beta of this scheme is 0.92. It shows that this scheme is more volatile. Sharpe ratio. Sharpe ratio is used to analyze the performance of securities. So if you have a Sharpe ratio more than 1, it is acceptable, but more than 2, it is very good, more than 3, excellent. If the Sharpe ratio is less than 1, it is considered suboptimal. For this, the Sharpe ratio is 1.93, which is acceptable. For Nippon India Small Cap Fund, the Sharpe ratio was 2.11, which was very good. Now let's check out the Sortino ratio. Sortino ratio between 1 and 2 is considered ideal when you are choosing the mutual fund. So if the Sortino ratio is between 0 to 1, it is considered suboptimal. More than 1, acceptable. More than 2, very good. And more than 3, excellent. The Sortino ratio for Quant Small Cap Fund is 2.7, which is very good. Now let's see top stock holdings. It has stocks of Reliance Industries Limited 5.15%, Jio Financial Services Limited 3.34%, Bikaji Foods International Limited 3.28%, IRB Infrastructure Developers Limited 3.18%. Other stocks include Arvind Limited, Punjab National Bank, Hindustan Copper Limited, Usha Martin Limited, Himachal Futuristic Communication Limited, Jindal Stainless Limited, BAC Limited, and many more. Now let's see the calculation. SIP returns. A monthly SIP investment of rupees 10,000 invested on October 2020, tenure of 3 years. The investment value would have been 3,60,000. Current value 5,92,775 rupees. The profit would be 2,32,775 rupees. This is with an annualized return of 35.22%. Let's see the lump sum returns. For investment of rupees 1 lakh for a tenure of 3 years, current value 3,16,389 rupees. The profit is 2,16,389 rupees. This is calculated with an annualized return of 46.8%. Now the question comes, should you invest in this scheme? This is one of the top small cap funds. It has generated good returns. The plus point is that whatever return it has delivered, it has maintained consistency. So you can definitely expect good returns for your investment. Before you invest in any mutual fund, please check out the past performances, returns and ratios of the fund. If you want to know details of other top performing mutual funds, please subscribe to your schemes. If you feel you learned anything from this video, please hit the like button and do share it with your friends. It will motivate me to make more informational videos. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.